I told myself I would never do the two-job thing again, and, well, here we are. Hey guys, Melinda here. I have been waiting to do this video for a couple months now. I'm very excited to be sharing this news with you. And that is, I am no longer working at Macy's, but I have two new jobs that, for different reasons, I consider them kind of dream jobs. I have never been more excited to go to work, if I'm being honest, and we're gonna go into those details. For a few videos now, I've been saying that I have like a bunch of updates that are coming, and just to kind of bring you guys up to speed with what's been going on with me, and here is probably the biggest life update ever for me, and that's getting two new jobs. Honestly, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. We'll go back to the beginning and I'll spew from there. So obviously, I'm a content creator. I'm a filmmaker. I want to do film production, anything along that lines. I have been pursuing a job within that field ever since I graduated college, but it has been rough. The biggest thing that I struggled with is that really people wouldn't give me a chance. You remember a while ago I posted a video that I got to be a production assistant for a couple projects for a production company locally. Yeah, I never heard from them again. That hurts a little bit. I will admit, I think that I did it to myself. You know, that was the first real film related job I've had since college, which was almost 5 years ago at this point. I will admit I was very shy and timid and not quite sure what to do on the couple projects that I helped out with, and so I know that I did that to myself, and probably the reason why I never heard from them again. So it really did get me discouraged, but I powered through and decided to keep venturing out and seeing what I could find related to my field that I could step into. I had been with Macy's for 3 years, and I am so grateful for the wonderful time that I had there, the experiences, the opportunities, all the amazing people that I met along the way. But now that I'm out of retail, I ain't never going back. Stepping away from the retail industry and stepping into a position that I am very interested in, and you know, it's what I love, I'm passionate about. I realize that I hate retail. I hate customer service. I'm tired of getting yelled at every day basically, and I want to live my life. Thank you, Macy's, for everything, but it was time for us to part ways. So let me tell you what I am doing first, and then I will break down each job individually. I am a technical media producer for one of the local news stations, and I am also a social media and administrative assistant for a woman who has her own business here. Let's go ahead and dive into some details and let you know what that all entails. So, technical media producer. What that means is that I have a few responsibilities. For starters, one of the things that I do is that I edit pre-show news teases and also opening packages for the live news broadcasts. If you think about your local news, like if you see, let's say a half hour before the news starts, you see that coming up on the 5 o'clock news, I edit that portion of it. And then also, as soon as the news is on, it says coming up on the 5 o'clock news today, and like little snippets of the stories, I edit that portion as well. In total, I edit 3 pre-show teases and then 2 opening packages for the 5 and the 6 o'clock news. I love editing. Editing is one of my favorite parts of video production, so absolutely love doing that. I am also responsible for setting up cameras, lighting, any sets that we might need for the news. Yeah, basically I just kind of set all of that up in preparation, and I am stationed behind a camera during the live news show in case anything goes wrong. I am to guide the anchor to look to another camera. I take them to another studio set. That's pretty much what that job entails. So I will be the first to admit that for the longest time, I absolutely refused to work in television because I was dead set that I only wanted to do film. TV really didn't interest me, especially news. I had seen jobs jobs like this over the past few years that I could have applied for, but I was convinced that I was not going to like it. I will say though that I am very grateful that I did have the opportunity to be a production assistant many months ago, because that opened my eyes and made me realize that I just love the atmosphere. I love the environment of video production. I don't care what I'm doing, I'm just happy to be a part of the team and to be there. With that eye-opening experience, I looked into television production again. Honestly, it sounded right up my alley. End goal is that I would love to be a filmmaker in the film industry. This is a good stepping stone position for myself. I decided to pull the trigger, sent in an application and a resume, and I have to tell you, it all happened so fast. I sent in my application. A few days later, I got an email asking to schedule a time for a phone interview. Honestly, that was mind-boggling to me. I didn't expect to hear anything back. Had my phone interview, it went really well, like we were vibing the whole time, and he said that he wanted me to send over some references. So I did that. This was probably about Friday, so then weekend, nothing happens. Monday comes and calls all of the people that I listed as references and kind of just talk to them and see who I am and if I'm like a good character, if I would be a good fit. Lo and behold, glowing recommendations from everybody, and that same afternoon I got the call that I was offered the position. I was ecstatic. I was so excited. I never dreamed that this would happen, that I would leave my day job to pursue a dream job. So again, thank you Macy's for all your time, but it was time. I needed to step down. I needed to step away, and it's time for me to start focusing on my career. The only downside to the position, when I originally applied, it was gonna be for a full-time position. When I got the call that I got the job, the full-time was no longer available and they only had part-time to offer me. So it did become a question whether or not I wanted to stay on to Macy's part-time and work at this new job part-time. I was weighing what I wanted to do. When it came down to it, I decided I'm gonna take this opportunity to step away from Macy's and see what happens, because I was told initially that with my experience and enthusiasm that the hiring recruitment manager said that he could foresee me stepping up very quickly, maybe into a different position or as soon as a full-time position opens up. So in my mind, I was thinking this is only temporary. I'm going to expand very soon. So I decided to leave Macy's and only focus on this job part-time. Absolutely loved it. I have to say, I had the most beautiful schedule. It was Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. I had never had weekends off in my life. That was beautiful. I did this for about a month. It really started to weigh on me that I wasn't making enough to pay the bills. I knew that was a risk going in. I was willing to give it a shot, but turns out I was beyond stressed about paying bills that I just couldn't do it. That's when I started my pursuit to find a second part-time job. In the meantime, I did ask Macy's if I could come back for part-time, and they allowed that. Like I mentioned earlier, is that having that month off of not being in retail and then going back, I was miserable the whole time I was there. I feel awful saying that because everybody was saying, oh, it's so good to have you back. We missed you. And here I am like, yeah, it's great to be back. Don't get me wrong. Really, the sole purpose that was keeping me there was the people. I made some really good friends and colleagues while I was there, but everything else, I hated. I couldn't stand it. I knew I had to get out of retail. I couldn't do it. Fast forward, I was there for probably about another month and landed my second part-time job that I'm gonna be discussing today. Once I knew that I was gonna get this job, I left Macy's. Peace, I'm out. I can't do it. People probably hate me, but I gotta do what's good for me, what's good for my soul. I am so much happier not working in retail. Anyway, moving on to the second position. I actually just completed my first week. I just started this second job and was so excited to sit down and film this video to talk about it, because in another sense, it is kind of another dream job. My official title is Administrative Wizard. First of all, how much cooler can that get? That's my actual title. But the other way that I like to put it is that I am basically a social media and an administrative assistant. So there's this woman here locally. She has her own business consulting company. Businesses reach out to her asking for advice and stuff like that. The way that she put it, which I thought was brilliant, is that that she's a business therapist. People come to her, tell her problems, she tells them solutions on how to fix it, and they pay her. That's a pretty sweet gig. So she has that company. She also has her own podcast and has like a workshop that people can sign up for when they're starting up their own business, they're becoming an entrepreneur. So she has a lot going for herself, which is absolutely impressive, if I might add. But as you can tell, with all of that going on, she doesn't have a lot of time, and she can't quite keep herself fully organized and keep up with everything at the same time. She was looking for somebody primarily to come in and help her keep her on track with like her social media stuff. Like I said, just completed week 1 and it was so fun. I am in love with this job because I get to be so creative. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I had a general idea of what the job was going to entail and everything, but this past week alone, I really got to be so creative and create so much content for her. I am so excited for what the future is going to look like. Like I mentioned, that she kind of has like this workshop for people to take courses from her, online courses on how to start up your own business, how to become an entrepreneur kind of stuff. So she recorded a very long 1.5-hour thing with her friend to basically tell you the first steps. She doesn't like the idea of people sitting down and watching an 1.5-hour course, which I 1000% agree. When you see a big number like that, you don't want to do it. I totally get her concept. So she said that she wants me to edit them down into about 5-minute clips. So then that could be kind of like the course. Like one video could be 1 week, the second video could be another week, etc., etc. That's primarily what a huge chunk of my week has looked like, is just editing down this giant video into these small courses, which has been so fun, I might add. I didn't realize I would have so much fun editing other people's content, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It doesn't feel like work. Other than that, just as an example, one day she wanted me to stalk podcasts on social media platforms just to kind of see what they post daily, because she wants to have like a set social media calendar. So like Monday is Motivational Monday, Tuesday is like a promo pick, etc., etc. So she wanted me to stalk other podcast social media websites to see what they post. How many people can say they get to do that for a job? That, again, was just so fun. Having all these ideas and getting them for her, just, I don't know, my brain was just popping with serotonin. So I guess that's why I kind of consider this job to also be a dream job, because it does have elements of what I want to pursue within video production, and social media managing has always kind of been an interest for me. I just didn't really think I could do it. I did it a little bit while I was at Macy's because I was part of Style Crew, and so I posted stuff for that, but it was on my own profile, so I wasn't managing somebody else's content. So it's always kind of been an interest. It's kind of along the route of what I want to do, sort of. But again, the whole thing that I absolutely love about this job is just how creative I get to be, how much content I get to make. It's been so fun, and again, I am so excited for what the future is gonna look like. Hence why it's kind of a dream job, because lifelong dream is to make money by being creative. Beautiful hours, I might add. It's Monday through Friday, 10 to 2. And then my other job, also didn't get a chance to mention, I kind of have worked up the ladder, sort of. Still a technical media producer, but I am basically working full-time hours, but under a part-time position, which I don't mind. I had been begging them from day one, please give me more hours. I want to be here, I want to work. So I finally am getting more hours. However, it's not the Monday through Friday anymore, so a little bummed about that, but I'm very thrilled and ecstatic that I did have that opportunity to take on more hours, and I can show that I am a loyal employee. The good thing about this administrative job is that it pairs very well with my hours at the news station, and enough to keep me busy and hopefully not burn me out. I'm gonna be working about 50 hours a week. We're gonna see how I am after a couple months of doing this. Either way, very excited and ecstatic for both of these opportunities. So that's pretty much it. Those are my two new dream jobs. Dream jobs in the sense of the news station is a little bit more along the lines of kind of what I want to do production wise. And then this administrative job, I just get to be creative all the time. It's fun and it's different. I do also think that they are both great experiences and opportunities and a good way to get my foot in the door. Like I mentioned, a lot of people start in television production and then they work their way up into film production. applications. So it's a great way to get my foot in the door and get myself that experience for the next level. The social media managing part of the administrative job is, again, it's an interest of mine. I like the content and the creative side to it. I think that could be a great experience and opportunity for myself as well, and could lead to some interesting opportunities for the future. So I'm a happy bean. I want to finish this video with a sad but also a happy note. I have to tell you that I was getting so down on myself. I honestly thought I was gonna give up pursuing film after sending endless applications and, you know, not hearing back from the local production company after being a production assistant for them. I really got in my head and thought, maybe I'm not cut out for this work. Maybe I love it, but I'm not good at it. So I was really getting close to actually quitting and preparing to stay at Macy's for the rest of my life. So I am so grateful and blessed that I had this technical media producer job fall in my lap. It is a reminder that I am good at what I do, and there's a reason I'm passionate about it, because I have been in love with it since I was 16 years old. I might be a little slow and late to the party when it comes time to figuring out what I need to do, because it's been so long since I've had to do anything production related. I am good at what I do, and I am so proud of the work that I've done. I guess I do also have YouTube to thank for that, because it has pushed me, has pushed my boundaries, and has allowed me to gain the skills that I needed for these two jobs. So I'm very proud of myself and impressed with myself that I stuck to it and continued to learn and develop my skills. I guess the takeaway that I'm trying to say is that don't ever give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams, because you may think that you're not good enough and that it'll never happen, but if you push yourself and put yourself out there, it's gonna happen. You will manifest it for yourself. Kind of just wanted to put that message as my ending for this video. There we have it. Probably the biggest life update that has happened over the past few months. Things are going great. I am so happy. I am so thrilled to be where I am. And again, grateful and blessed for the opportunities to work these jobs. I'm done rambling. Those are my two new dream jobs. I'm very happy I finally had the opportunity to share with you guys and catch you up to speed with what's been going on with me. If you guys have any questions about my jobs or anything, please leave it down in the comments down below, and I'd love to have a discussion about it. Other than that, that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you all for the support. I really truly mean that. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a big thumbs up. It would absolutely mean the world to me. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already and you want to see more content. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.